Well, the last thing that I would look at, depending on if it's a benchmark poll or if it's a tracking poll, but especially if it's a benchmark poll, is the head-to-head number. Um, I immediately go to the section where it breaks down what women voters are thinking, because I think that in Georgia and most states, the women vote is so important. Then the second thing I will look at is sort of the messaging and sort of the bio things that poll very well for the candidate and did not poll so well. And then probably the third or fourth thing I would look at is sort of the head-to-head number, because the one thing about a poll that's so important is really testing those messages that you want to talk to voters about and really kind of getting the pulse of what they're feeling at that time.
How about you, Eric?
First thing I look at is the sample size, because I think if you don't have the right size sample, the poll, it makes a difference on how accurate the poll is. And obviously the larger the sample, the better the poll is going to be. And then also look at the breakdown of who is in that sample to make sure that you have the right mix of voters. And depending on what election it is, if it's a Republican primary election, you want to have the right breakdown of Republican primary voters. If it's a general election, what the right breakdown would be for a general election. So I always like to look at approach a poll as, okay, well, let's see, is this a legitimate poll? And then, of course, then I look at the head-to-head, and then I look at the breakdown of, the different demographic segments, whether from African-American voters, white voters, women, men, Hispanics. So all of that's important.